Peace. What's up, y'all? Phil James coming at you. Alright, so today is January 20th. It's Saturday. And I think it's like 12:30, roughly. So I just wanted to show a couple things for the people that haven't seen it. I'm sure a lot of people have seen it. If you're following this channel, more than likely you've seen it. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to be quiet. My lady's sleeping, so what are you gonna do? Alright, so we're gonna talk about the dollar bill. And as everybody knows, the currency we use in this country is loaned to our federal government from the separate entity known as the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve is not part of our federal government. They loan money to our government with an interest rate on it. So if I'm the Fed Reserve and I print the first sheet of $1 bills, and there's 100 of them, and I loan it to you with an interest rate, where does the money come from to pay the interest back? It never existed in the first place. So that's why we continue to print money, and that's why it continues to devalue what's already in circulation. It was created that way to fail, and it inevitably will fail. So now with that little side note out of the way, let's talk about the dollar bill. So the dollar bill is covered in symbolism and petty magic type symbols. It's all over the place, and it's not hard to see. So what I did was made it obvious to where you can see it much easier. Now I'm going to try to do this and use a magnifying glass so my phone's capable of picking this up. So bear with me, because I'm not holding my phone, and I'm going to have to try and do that. So we'll start off with the owl. Now, if you remember back in like elementary school and high school and middle school, a lot of people said, do you know what the spider is on the dollar bill? Well, it's not a spider, it's an owl, and it has its wings spread. So first thing we're going to do is try to make that visible for you guys. So give me 1 second. I'm going to get behind the phone. Maybe. Okay, well, this is not working very well. But yes, it's right there in that little crescent shield. So hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying. And if you have a $1 bill, you can look at it and find it yourself. I apologize about the camera. So, back in the day, the owl, okay, it was a symbol of night, it's a nocturnal animal. Nighttime symbolizes evil, because that's when evil things go down. So the owl is a symbol of evil, bad omens. The Bohemian Grove that Alex Jones shared and, made it all well known, which obviously if he showed it, it was supposed to be shown. But they perform that ritual called the cremation of care. And they burn that massive owl sigil, or that massive owl effigy, the old wise one. You know what I'm saying? They burn that thing, and it's like 50 feet tall. So they do that up in the Bohemian Grove Woods or whatever it's, and they have mock sacrifices and rituals, and sounds very demonic. You can watch that video and see it for yourself. Okay, so ancient Greeks used to use it as a symbol for Athena, which was the goddess of foresight, knowledge, and wisdom. Some claim war also. And then owls are also nocturnal, so they can see at night. So it's kind of like a symbol for like the occult. Individuals can see symbols that the masses cannot. You know, that's another way to see it. The Egyptian name was Moloch, by the way, for the owl. Now, some other things I did, or some other things I would like to show you, would be how Mr. Washington here has a big-ass Omega symbol around his head. The Omega symbol is used in a video game, by the way. I'm just using this as a reference. The Omega symbol is used in a video game called Oblivion. And guess what? The Omega symbol in that video game is the portal or gateway to an alternative dimension, basically hell. And they call it Oblivion. So there's that for you guys. But I'd like to, show you that if you hadn't noticed. It's the 24th letter in the Greek alphabet and symbolizes the end, you know what I mean? So I'm not even going to try to show this small stuff down here, but if you can peer through all the crazy lines they put all through there, there's like little owls with their wings spread on both sides, and there's demonic faces all through this meshy looking stuff. Both sides, by the way. Now for the back. Over here on this seal, this sigil with the pyramid, if you connect all the points and make the hexagram, as you can see, it literally spells Mason. M-A-S-O-N, Mason, as in Freemason. Hopefully my camera's picking this up. I'll be very irritated if it's not. But yes, you can literally see it spells Mason. And so there's the M, there's the A, there's the S, there's the O, and there's the N. Once again, little demonic faces. And basically, when you want to do this, you just run it up the side of the pyramid to the all-seeing eye, down the other side, connect the letters to spell out Mason, and there's your hexagram. So now we can flip it over to the other side where the Great Seal is. Now, the Great Seal is actually a phoenix. You know, the bird of mythology. So, up above the phoenix head, there's 13 stars, and they also create a hexagram with a circle around it, or a gleaming light, which makes a circle. So 13 stars, 13 leaves, 13 arrows, 13 stripes. That very occult number that, also 13 colonies. Yeah, that's exactly what that is. So you connect all that. There's the second hexagram in the mix. connect the ivy leaves, connect the arrows, go to the tips of the wings, and then for this top point, you run right down the 13 stars hexagram at the top, down to the 13 ivy leaves, go down the left side of the 13 stars, right down to the 13 arrows, and then connect the line at the bottom, go from the tail feathers up to the wingtips, and then run right across the bottom of the 13 stars, the top hexagram. So 3 hexagrams inevitably make 666, 3 6-sided Stars of David. So yeah, those are just a couple of the symbols. Also, you can roll this up, and right here, if you roll it up and have light behind it, you can kind of see one of those gray alien faces or demonic entities, because that's exactly what it is. It's not aliens, it's not UFOs, you know, it's demonic, it's extra dimensional, so they're coming from somewhere else. And that's why we have D-Wave quantum computing. That's why we have CERN built exactly where it's at, with a statue of Shiva out front doing the cosmic dance of destruction, because they plan on opening the pit to release those entities that I'm referring to, the one you can see on here. That's why you connect the 2 apples, and you get yourself a gray alien face, or the demonic demon face. So yeah, like I said, this was just like a little quick thing to show the symbols and some of the things on the dollar bill, because they're all over the place. And by us using this stuff, we're passing around the sigils and the petty magic symbols that they like to use. So it's almost like it's cursing everybody just by using these bills. I just wanted to throw that out there. Show that, you know, that's exactly what's all over this. Sigils of all sorts, demonic type shit. Because that's the way they do. So, alright y'all. Phil James. I'm out. Peace, y'all.